Hi, Alondra. How you doing? So I saw something on, I think it was Instagram, and a claim about how basically, like, why are people not growing their legs and stuff? Hello, Emily. How you doing? Hope you well. Let me just put this in a poll. Let's just put this thing real quick. Are you subbed? Yes. No. But I will. Alright, here we go. I'm okay, thank you. So it was talking about like why is it that people are not growing leg muscles despite training them heavy, and it was saying how people need to train the slow twitch muscle fibers or something. I mean, I don't know. It all seemed a bit kind of. I'm not sure really um like it's just they were saying something about there's like 55 to 60% slow twitch fibers in your legs. But I'm thinking, well, how come like say like your sprinters have quite big quads and stuff then? Especially your track cyclists that do like like a low number of laps. You're not the ones that go really fast around the velodrome for like maybe like a minute or something, or 2 minutes at most. They're the ones that like tend to they tend to have very big quads and stuff. Like so they tend to do a lot of like fast twitch fiber like kind of exercises to get that, I believe. So if it's true that hello Lauren, hope you well. So if it's true that you can only grow your legs through high rep work, then wouldn't that kind of saying that you need the time under tension or something to grow your legs, but then isn't you know it possible to build it through fast twitch fibers? It would seem like with a lot of these sprinters, they tend to have quite big legs and stuff, or do they also train slow twitch fibers as well? Because I've heard also that slow twitch fibers still make up a portion of the muscle fibers. So I'm just wondering what you guys think about that, because it's all a bit confusing, really. It's I'm doing fine, thank you. How you doing? If anyone's new here, please subscribe to the channel. That would be really appreciated. So I've done different exercises for legs and stuff, but it said 55 to 60% is slow twitch, but then the other 40% is fast twitch. Then I guess so you could still build the fast twitch fibers up, I guess, by doing explosive stuff for legs like plyometrics and stuff like that. I mean, I do a lot of that stuff for legs, and that's been part of what's helped build my legs up, is doing things like plyometrics, building up the fast twitch fibers. If I remember, you can actually convert some of the slow twitch fibers to fast twitch fibers, if I remember. Let me have a look at this actually. Slow twitch fibers to fast twitch fibers in the legs. So hope everyone's well today. Welcome in here. So what it says about increasing the size of the fibers. It says here about I'm 30 years old, Ben. How are you doing today? I hope you're well. About training can influence the fibers type contractile properties. Talk about increasing the size and strength of fast twitch fibers. Hello, Michael. So even if it's like you can increase the size of the fast twitch fibers, and then like the slow twitch fibers would not grow the same, basically. So what I'm saying is this whole thing about that, you should just train slow twitch. You should train slow twitch fibers when trying to build legs, I think maybe, you should have some of that in your program perhaps. But it's like I just think that like you shouldn't probably neglect like the fast twitch fibers, because they can give you like explosive power and strength. That it's like so it's like you want to kind of probably balance the two really for like best results, I guess. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a good day. Share the live out if you can, please. That would be really appreciated. If you're new here, please subscribe. And yeah, so it says it can't be completely converted into fast twitch fibers and vice versa because of the fundamental types determined by genetics. So, hello, Jacob, hope you're well. Yeah, so some people are going to be genetically more predisposed to fast or slow twitch, but you can increase the size of the slow twitch or fast twitch by training them. So yeah, it might be true that the legs tend to favor more slow twitch, but you can still, from what I understand, get bigger, stronger, more powerful muscles by training them, by building fast twitch fibers. So that's yeah. So anyway, I hope everyone's doing well today, and if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. How you doing, Jacob? I hope you're well. Share the live if you can, people. Hit that like button, everybody. Okay, bye, Ben, if you're still there. Yeah, let's get to 10 likes real quick. We've got 10 people watching. Come on, guys. Let's like the live, everybody. So, yeah, Emily, are you still there? I don't know. Emily seems to have not been saying as much lately, I've noticed. I don't know, but a lot of people just don't seem to, like Alondra as well. These people just don't seem to be talking as much these days. I don't know. Anyway, someone's just doing some reactions at the moment. So yeah. I don't know, guys. Hello, Alec. How you doing? Sorry for what? See you above. Hang on a sec. Sorry, what was it? Yeah, I just saw you said hello, but you didn't. I know you didn't say anything. So I was like, okay. Yeah, I can see you now. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. Thank you for the 5 likes, everybody. Can't like because on my mum's account. Why can't you like on your mum's account then, Summit? What do you mean? That doesn't really make any sense. I don't know. Anyway, what is going on here, right? So, yeah, basically, it's just there's a lot of nonsense out there, like people saying, "Oh, you've got to train this way to build muscle." It's probably most likely that the people that are not building legs are just not training them hard enough, is what I would have probably thought. Regardless of whether you're training fast or slow twitch fibers, you're probably just not training them hard enough to grow. Because, if you, yeah, sounds awfully complicated. Yeah, it's just people are just kind of like, I don't know. They're like, oh, fiber types. It's like, it's all bullshit. It's like, yeah, there's like, yeah, you might have more slow twitch in your legs, but like I said, you can train your fast twitch to grow. If that's what you want to do, you can still build muscle doing that. Like I said, there's like, sprinters, they tend to have, a lot of fast twitch. Now, yeah, they might be genetically more predisposed or whatever, but yeah, that's what it is, Emily. It's just, people are trying to say you have to train a certain way to like, build muscles. And the thing is that, if you're training fast twitch to like, a point of exhaustion, they are going to grow. Like, it's just common sense, right? If you keep progressively overloading it with like, intense training, building the fast twitch, then most in gym haven't heard it. What do you mean on about fast twitch and slow twitch and all that kind of crap? It's just a lot of like there's a lot of like bro science out there that's just nonsensical, really. It's just a bunch of crap. Hello, trampoline. Yeah, so anyway. Right. I hope everyone's doing well today. So I've just been in the shower. I don't know if you can tell with my hair, it's a bit wet at the moment. So, are you joking? Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Anyway, so how are we doing? What's your name, by the way? Welcome to my live. I guess it's, people are going to be like probably on break, aren't they? So probably get a bunch of silly kids in here and stuff, but as long as you don't get like disrespectful or anything, I'm not really bothered. Just try and but like I said, the whole thing with fiber types and stuff, it's just, you're on a day off, all right, yeah, you've been like working and stuff, and sometimes you don't catch it. So like, if you train your fast twitch or slow twitch or whatever, and you keep overloading your training, making it more and more intense over time, the muscles, as long as you do everything else with the diet and stuff, the muscles have to grow to adapt to that training. Hello, Ian, how you doing? If your muscles aren't growing, it's probably that you're not training them hard enough, whether it's slow or fast twitch. So yeah, it's just, there's this whole kind of stuff. It might even be some AI generated bullshit. I don't even know. It's like, there was this thing called Muscle Morph on Instagram, and it's like this thing that comes up on my feed. And I don't know if I follow it or something. I can't remember if I follow it or not, but it's like, some of the information can be good, but then there's a lot of nonsense in there as well. And then people will read that and then just kind of get misinformed by it. It's probably some AI bullshit, because a lot of this AI stuff you can't even trust, because sometimes you'll ask it a certain question and it'll come up with an answer, and then you can ask it again, maybe in a different way, and it'll come out with the opposite answer. So how can you really trust it? Sora AI2, what's that about? Maybe athletes need to consider that, but not the average person. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just people just get so kind of caught up in like details that they don't need to worry about. It's like same with like the whole bodybuilding thing, and how people are saying, oh, you need to like do five different bicep exercises is bullshit. You don't need to do any of that. Like, it's just ridiculous. Who needs to do, kind of like, oh, you need to train at this angle, you need to do preacher curls, you need to do incline curls. Yeah, it is off-putting, isn't it? To control and VR, because that's the thing with these people like Mike Rizratel, and that they come out with this really complicated, what's your name, by the way, everybody? Anyway, it's crazy. Oh yeah, I don't know anything about Sora AI2, and I know there's like ChatGPT, there's like Gemini and all that stuff, but it's like, it's like I was actually watching stuff on AI and how it's gonna take over possibly. And favorite dinosaur, I don't know, probably T-Rex or something. But yeah, so like, hope you're all having a good day anyway. So let's get the shout out if you can. So yeah, like this thing of like, if AI could actually have its own intelligence, because the thing with AI is called artificial intelligence, is that it's like, it's not got to a point where it can come up with its own thoughts. It's all thoughts that are basically already out. It's all the information that's already out there. That's like with things like ChatGPT, it's like scanning the internet, basically, billions of different things. I don't know, or capybaras, I've heard about it. Aren't they like Australian or something? Sounds like the average person. What do you mean? So what I'm saying is, like, can it become intelligent, or is it not possible? Some people are fearing that artificial intelligence can become like conscious or something. I don't think it can become conscious, but there's some people suspecting that it could be. I just don't think you could turn like that into consciousness. But then again, because like, we don't even know how consciousness even comes about. Like, I don't think we can just create consciousness just out of a computer. I just think that is just insane. But everyone's going to have their own opinions. But I don't really, I don't have any pets now. Question: how tall am I? About 6'4". So I don't think that it's ever going to have its own sentience. I can't see that happening. But then again, I don't think a lot of people probably expected at this point that we'd have the ability to, like do what we do right now. Like the thing is, though, a lot of things have not come about, like flying cars, for example. They told us by year 2000 or whatever that we'd have flying cars, but then that never came about, did it? But yeah, some of the advancements that we have are like way more than we thought we would have in some ways. Like this AI stuff, people didn't really think that would take off this quickly. It just suddenly just exploded, and like, so people are quite, concerned of, because, I mean, but it's like, some are suggesting that like AI could start coming up with like things such as like cures for cancer or something. Could that even ever be possible? What do you guys think? Do you think it'll ever be possible that that AI could ever come up with its own solutions independent of any like data that's already out there? What do you guys think about that? Because you could argue that that could be good in a way, but then if we start trusting it too much, that could be dangerous, though. Because I was thinking about, would we then start relying on AI for every thought, basically? We would never have to think about anything again. It's like how, calculators came about so that we could just, work out sums without having to use our brain. It's like our brains are just going to become like mush, if we keep letting this take over. And they're saying about like ChatGPT, it's shrinking people's brains because they're no longer being challenged. People are just using it to write all kinds of things for them, and like writing scripts and things. And yeah, it's more convenient in that moment, but then we have to say, well, what is it going to do in the long run, sort of thing. Yeah, I do wonder how university students are using it. Yeah, because I think they're using it for like cheating and stuff, aren't they? Hope everyone's having a good day anyway. Yeah, I've had a good day so far. Trampoline lover. What's your name, by the way? Anyway, hit the like button, everybody, as well, if you don't mind. That would be really appreciated. So yeah, what's everybody's plans for today then? But yeah, it is quite a concern, but it's just, I don't know. It kind of feels inevitable at the same time, though, and it's like the toothpaste is out the tube already, sort of thing. But then again, could doctors use it as a second eye? Possibly. I don't go to church, no. So yeah, it could be used in some good ways. I guess there's like it's like with everything. It's a double-edged sword, and it's like we have to be careful not to let it take over, though. That's the only thing. Like you saying that it could give a second opinion that stops people from doing things irrationally, but then I don't know. It's yeah, it's like people were talking about the whole driverless car thing, because I guess that you could say is like an AI. It's like a robotic thing, and people were concerned about not being able to fully trust in technology to people like to feel in control of things. I think that's what it is. When you let AI take over, then you don't feel like you're in control, and that's something about being human, is the whole thing of being in control, being able to control your destiny. And that's, we've become so far as humans in evolution to be able to to have big brains and be able to make rational decisions, but then feels like almost taking a step back by allowing other things to decide for us, to to then basically shrink our brains and just not trusting those cars, right? Will people still be intelligent enough to invent new things after a few more years of it? Well, this is the thing where AI may end up being the thing that invents everything. Because I was actually thinking about this. Will people ever have any new ideas for anything? Will new inventions ever, but will AI be able to come up with new inventions that are beyond what we could come up with? But then we would just be kind of just hoping that AI would come up with something good, because some are concerned that it may be self-interested and then be interested in wiping everybody out or something. or take control on VR. If anyone's new here, please subscribe to the channel. Yeah, it is crazy to think about the ramifications of it. It's just, we have to, obviously, I'm not saying that we should panic or anything like that, but I think we need to be wary of things that are unknown, really. I think that we have to just, obviously, keep an open mind to things, but also be skeptical and be able to ask questions. Otherwise, it's dangerous then, isn't it? Because, if we're not questioning like how safe something is, then it's like, look what happened with all the, like when people have been told to take a certain medication, for example, and then it turned out to be, like bad. It's like medical errors, I think, are one of the leading causes of death. I think one of the top 5, actually, if I'm not mistaken. And people just trusting in these things because they hear things from old authority. Like job applications, well, candidates using AI have an unfair advantage. Yeah, I was watching this video talking about using AI in warfare. So you could argue that that's also an unfair advantage, that they will be using AI to like deploy drones and stuff like that, and to like spy and all sorts of things. It's like, so those countries that don't have all that, or not as advanced as that they will, be vulnerable, basically. So there's a lot of ways that can just be like used nefariously, and it's like, some say it's only a matter of time. So anyway, I don't know, it's just, I might sound a bit negative and all that, but we just have to kind of be cautious with things. Anyway, can't be undone now. Yeah, it's just that there's nothing to really stop it, though. It's like, I don't know what we're supposed to do, because you could say, well, we need the government to step in and do something, but then what are they going to do, Yeah, it is what it is, and it's just, yeah. I was wondering who was the first person to come up with the idea of artificial intelligence? Because they've literally just like opened the can of worms by doing that. Yeah, it's going to be a mess, but we just have to just embrace it, Because, yeah, like you said, there's probably going to be some good things to come out of it as well, really, but yeah. Anyway. So I just saw this video come up, says from 0 to 10 pull-ups in 30 days. I mean, that's quite a misleading title, isn't it? That's the thing with these fucking titles, is that, you'll see this and be, oh wow, what, 0 to 10 pull-ups in 30 days? Like, that's fucking bullshit. I don't think most people are going to go from 0 pull-ups to 10 pull-ups in 30 days. In fact, most people probably wouldn't get there in a year. So, yeah, it's just, it's misleading, isn't it? It's because if you can't do a single pull-up, now obviously this would be for men, but obviously for women that would be even more difficult. But even for men, it's like, I don't think men are going to go, because I'm only up to like 3 full reps, and I've been practicing for a while, trying to, get my pull-ups and stuff. Hello, Richard, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Good morning to you. Does seem like a big ask. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I think the average, I mean, let's see what ChatGPT says. about how many men can even do one pull-up. Like what percentage of men can do one pull-up? Well, it says here that 80% of men being able to do one pull-up. I mean, I'm not sure I really believe that. When it says here 68.3% of all respondents said they could perform easily at least one pull-up. Well, it said that they could do at least one pull-up. This is a thing when you get studies with, like, you know, where people report things. I just don't really think that that is actually... Well, it says here, given the variability in these figures, different definitions, population fitness levels, a reasonable ballpark estimate is that maybe somewhere between 50 to 80% of adult men who exercise, or at least in a reasonable fitness, could manage one pull-up. So it's just completely just changed what it said, right? It said that 50 to 80% who are reasonably fit can do one pull-up. Yeah? Yeah, this is on ChatGPT now I'm looking at. So it's like, okay, it's saying that another informal forum estimates suggest that only 15 to 20% of men could do a pull-up. So that's probably closer to reality. I think at least less than half of men can even do a single pull-up, because most men are just not even that fit. But they were saying, you know, this thing saying that 68.3% said they could do one pull-up. But I remember Richard, my mate, not the Richard here right now. I remember I asked him if he could do pull-ups, and he said, yeah, I could do one pull-up. But then when I got him to actually do a pull-up, he couldn't do it. Are they getting confused with Chinese pull-ups and Chinese? What's a Chinese? I don't know what you mean. Or chin-ups? No. I mean, chin-ups are a little bit easier, but I still think that it probably wouldn't make that big of a difference. I mean, most men don't really have the strength to do it, I don't think, and they're probably not in the best shape. So it was saying, you know, about like fitness levels, you know, like about different fitness levels at a reasonable ballpark. You know, saying about, you know, men who exercise are at a reasonable fitness level. So that's, you know, probably if we're going the average, that's 65%. But most men are not actually in reasonable shape to be able to manage even a single pull-up, I don't think. 5 muscle-ups, 7 on a good day, right? I mean, I guess, like, how tall are you then? Anything, like, I mean, because I literally can only do, like, I just put a video out yesterday. I did 3 full range of motion pull-ups, or 6 foot, right? Because it's like, you know, I'm quite tall as well. So, I mean, I'm about 6'4", so I'm actually taller than you. So, well, how much do you weigh then? Because that's also going to play a part as well. But if we're going by average men, most men don't actually really work out, at least not much anyway. And they probably don't work out specifically to get good at that. Or 11 stone. Oh, fair enough. So you're quite light for 6 foot then, right? I mean, 11 stone, that's like, what, 154? So that's like, yeah. Or you don't work out. So how are you able to do muscle ups then if you don't work out? Is it just the natural kind of like light body weight? Strength to body weight ratio or something? Or you don't put weight on, right? So that probably explains things then. Yeah. So how come you don't work out then? Maybe you would actually gain weight if you worked out more, I don't know. Because then you would signal your body to gain muscle or something. all natural, but it's all the BMX riding I used to do and free climbing. Yeah, I suppose free climbing helps with that because thinking about it, like you're having to like pull yourself up on the rocks and stuff, so that can help give you the strength for that, I suppose. I suppose if that's the only muscles that you really work on that, like if you don't work your legs, then you can get pretty good at like pull-ups and muscle-ups. Whereas with me, I train my whole body, so I've not really gotten crazy good at anything really. Just well above average across the board because like, you know, I can do over 200 bodyweight squats without stopping. I can do probably like what? Oh, you swim, cycle, and snow and skateboard, right? Okay. Yeah, yeah. Those things aren't probably going to build a lot of muscle, but yeah. But yeah, 11 stone. That's like yeah, about 154 pounds, which is not particularly heavy, but compared to me, I'm probably like I don't know exactly, but last time I checked, I was about 215 pounds. So I've probably gone up even since then. Just trying to gain muscle and trying to get stronger and just, yeah. But yeah, it's just a lot of it's to do with like strength to body weight ratio, which, like I said, most people don't really have good strength to body weight ratio. Like if you're like above 20% body fat and you don't have a lot of muscle, then that's probably not gonna really be good for like doing like pull-ups and things like that. So yeah, anyway, hope everyone's doing well anyway. I would like to be able to do a muscle up one day, but yeah. It's just about I'd have to keep practicing. They reckon you should be able to do about 10 pull-ups at least to be able to do a muscle up, which like it's just it take a lot of time. But it's just when I see things like that where it'll say from 0 to 10 pull-ups in 30 days, unless that's all you did is pull-ups, then I could say, well, maybe you could get to that if all you did was pull-ups. A muscle up is where you do like a pull-up and then you sort of transition into a dip at the top. But you kind of go more in like an arch. So you kind of like, when you start the pull-up, you kind of like, you're going like kind of in this sort of motion. And then you transition and then you dip at the top. It's like, so you think of the pull-up bar and then you just kind of, you kind of like letting momentum like kind of, you know, transition you up into the muscle up basically. And yeah, but you kind of just like, it's not going straight up like a pull-up. Normally you would kind of do it in a kind of more of like a banana shape. A lot of people, you know, would put their body into like a banana shape so that they can then get that momentum to then be able to kind of, you know, like be able to, you know, do a dip over the bar basically. So yeah, it's a lot of strength and coordination that is in it. So yeah, it's not something that I can do. I mean, if I was quite skinny or whatever, and I mean, as in like if I didn't have big legs and stuff, that probably would help. Most of the people doing like calisthenics, they tend to have quite skinny legs because they tend to get in the way when doing a lot of those sort of things. You wouldn't want big legs when it comes to things like planche or whatever, front levers and back levers and all these different exercises, because like it's dead weight basically. Whereas there's actually like lower body calisthenic stuff like pistol squats and stuff like that where you can get stronger legs. but that could then, hinder the upper body. So it's all about how, I guess, having balance. If you want to do that, if you want to be pretty good with like the upper body, but then also pretty good with lower body, then you'll just have a more balanced workout or something. Very wiry, aren't they? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. But then again, you get like the what's it called? Gymnasts. They have quite big biceps actually. Have you not seen their biceps? They tend to be like the best body part on a gymnast usually, because they tend to do a lot of like when they're doing a lot of these exercises, it causes a lot of stretch on the biceps. So they recommend doing things like pelican curls to focus on that stretch and work on strength in that part of it. But yeah, that's like a bicep exercise that for your body, body weight bicep exercise. It's probably best done on rings or TRX. They were saying it's kind of similar to doing a sort of like an incline curl or something, but like I was saying, if you just want to build muscles, I don't think you really need specific bicep exercises, like 5 different fucking bicep exercises, but yeah, it's all about your body weight, and yeah, it's mainly upper body, but it depends on what you're doing. There's lower body stuff like different types of squats and stuff, like sissy squats and pistol squats, and there's quite a few like lower body ones actually. There was a video that I watched, I think it was called like lower body calisthenics, like something like 0 to impossible or something like that. Yeah, it's actually not sissy squats. They're quite difficult actually. It's quite a deceptive name actually, because you would think that they were just some kind of like easy variation of a squat, but they're actually hard. It's similar to, there's one called the reverse Nordics as well, that they're kind of similar in a sense. They're going to work your quads. You get a good stretch on the quads with that. It's actually kind of like a sort of, it's sort of like a sort of, almost like a sort of yoga type of exercise. Think about it. It's like that type of stuff where you're stretching, you're improving mobility in your knees and stuff like that, and so it's great for that. You feel that stretch in it, and opens up the mobility there. So we probably should have some quite good mobility as well. So like Cossack squats are pretty good for that as well, and opening up the around the like top of your legs, kind of like sort of around your, what do you call them, like your abductors or whatever it is. The ability to like kind of open your legs out wide. That's how people can learn to do splits, if they do things like that. But it's all about practice and just I try to just like learn about as much as I can really. Well, I wouldn't really say I'm an expert on anything in particular, but anyway, we've got 9 likes on the live. I might have to restart the live, guys, because it tends to go a bit dead in here. So anyway, I might just start a new one, guys. All right, I'll be back in a sec.